I was born in New York City and have lived there for most of my life. And in all that time, I never once saw a baby pigeon. Apparently, nobody has. When I searched the web for baby pigeons, most of the page 1 results were about how people never saw baby pigeons. I am, in fact, so unaware of baby pigeons that until today I thought their offspring were called Scrawn and not squab. Since Scrawn is clearly the better word for them, I decided to stop learning about them entirely. I haven't even read the Wikipedia entry. One spring, a nice young pigeon couple showed up on the fire escape directly across from my kitchen window. The remnants of an old, abandoned nest were already out there, and the new pair did a gut reno and moved into it at the end of May. The lady pigeon laid 2 eggs the first week of June, and the couple started to work in shifts. One would sit on the eggs while the other flew off to go do pigeon stuff. The eggs were only left unsat upon for seconds at a time, and the 2 Scrawn were born on June 18th or 19th. The first shots of them were taken just a few days after they were born. Watching them grow up, I've learned a lot about why baby pigeons have had such negligible cultural impact. Influencers with clout, they are not, and will never be. For one, they never leave the nest, not even to the bodega on the corner. By the time these 2 took their first steps out of the nest, they were basically full-size normal birds, indistinguishable from any other one of the estimated 1 million pigeons that call New York home. You'd never know if they were 5 weeks or 5 years old if you just met them. Look, real talk. Pigeons are a classic part of the city, but so are sewer rats and cockroaches and puddles of human urine on the subway. I want to cuddle none of these things. Frankly, this planet is full of cute baby animals. Kittens exist. Meerkats and quokka and penguins exist. Why would you, the audience, waste even a moment of your precious time here on Earth watching this? You could be watching a video about lemurs. Pigeons are also called rats with wings, or flying ashtrays, or sky trash. I assume every last one of them is a howling cloud of lice and viruses. The babies look like dryer lint that the cat threw up. Maybe there's a horrific ironic market for plush stuffed baby pigeons, but they'd only traumatize any child who wasn't Wednesday Addams. They don't know how to act right, walking aimlessly in heavy foot traffic and flying right at your face and every so often pooping on your hat. Honestly, they're not even cute enough to deserve names. These 2 are just Pigeon A14439 and Pigeon J32754. But for all of that, they're an indelible part of the landscape I've loved these many years. I once lived a couple of blocks away from a rooftop coop, presumably kept by that building super, and watching the owner fly his flocks around the sky with control flags was an endless delight. Like all New Yorkers, they're endlessly adaptable. They eat the same food as us, they enjoy our parks with us, and occasionally you'll even see one on a subway car. Looking totally unconcerned, just kinda bad at flying, so the 6 train makes sense. And then, in the last week of July, the pigeons, no longer Scrawn at all, left the nest, probably to find garbage to eat and to walk around hardware stores and to find other young pigeons to snuggle and make fire escape nests with. And not long after this, I came across a bittersweet urban tableau. A pigeon, seemingly older and heavier, sick, exhausted, had left the vertical roosts of the rock doves and come to ground under a parked car. I don't think it had long to live. But as I stood there, wishing it safe passage to whatever afterlife waits for a flying rat, a small act of interspecies kindness occurred. An older man who worked at the Indian restaurant by the pigeon came out. It was a hot day, and he had a small dish of water, and he set it down next to the ailing bird. He, too, had seen what was happening, and wanted to offer whatever comfort he could in these final moments. And that's what remains with me, having been close to both ends of the life cycle of the unofficial mascot of our city. It's said that not a sparrow shall fall without the universe take notice of it. In New York, it's a pigeon and not a sparrow, but we all share a dense and crowded space. We look after our neighbors here, and I'm glad to know that we have the compassion and kindness to extend our definition of neighbor to these strange, bobbing, cooing, flapping residents of the greatest city on earth.